Hello there, welcome to day 4, December the 4th, Vlogmas, Christmas alphabet, letter D. Now, my challenge to you is every day under the live, say what you think I will be talking about for the next letter. So, for example, tomorrow will be the letter E. So under this video, put what you think I'll be talking about, Christmas themed, with the letter E. This time, nobody got the letter D. Some people even told me they couldn't think of anything beginning with the letter D for Christmas. Well, let me think of some things I'm not doing. Let's see if I can think of other things. Well, drums, because you've got the little drummer boy. You could have had that. Drinks, maybe drinks. Tell me about your Christmas drinks. Is there something particular you drink at Christmas that maybe you don't drink the rest of the year? A very popular thing was, I think it's called Advocaat is the real name, snowballs in England. And that used to be a thing that the older ladies used to drink at Christmas time. They used to make snowballs, and that was avocado and lemonade, I think it was, and it was sort of yellowy orangey custard look, not an eggnog, but that kind of thing. So tell me in the comments your memories of things. Old drinks, martini. That was one of my first grown-up drinks I had, was martini or Cinzano, which was very similar. So tell me your memories of old-fashioned drinks that your family would have at Christmas, and if you have anything particular now. What do I like to drink now? I like Baileys, but I have knockoff versions of Baileys. So I think it's Dunsford or something. It was one I have now, which is just another brand, Baileys. I've got pina colada sitting there ready, but that will be, I'll probably open that on Saturday because it's my birthday on Saturday, so I will probably open the pina colada Saturday. Whether there'll be any left by Christmas, probably not. Now don't forget, I'm doing a little competition, and first of all, if you comment under the live vlogmases, you get a point. And if you comment and you say what you think the next letter will be and you get it right, you can get another point. So do make sure you comment under the actual videos. And I am taking tiny shorts out of each one to put up as shorts, but obviously you've got to watch the whole video and comment under that. We've got lots of people with points so far, but you can soon catch up. Just comment and guess what the next day will be. So we're going to do two things today. I'm only going to talk about one, but I'm going to show you a little clip of something else beginning with the letter D. So today, let's do, first of all, here's the clue of what we're talking about for the letter D today. So, did you guess from that? It's not deck the halls with boughs of holly, and indeed that does start with the letter D. But today we're talking about Christmas decorations. I've just got my notes here. So, Christmas decorations. And I've written, decorating trees began in Germany, usually decorating with fruits and nuts once the leaves fell off the trees, and this was to symbolise the promise of the spring to come. In 1605, a fir tree was first bought inside and adorned with paper roses, candles, nuts, and fruits. Christmas baubles can be traced back to Germany. In the 1600s, Haregryn began creating decorative glass beads that could be hung on trees. This soon became popular, and designers began experimenting, creating glass decorations that they shaped like the traditional fruit and nuts that were originally hung on the Christmas trees. So that is today's letter D, decorations. So Christmas decorations, what do you decorate your house with? Do you have a colour theme? Let me know in the comments. Do you change it up every year, or do you put the same things in the same places every year? Yes, a lot of houses do that. I do that mostly. You've got a certain thing and it always goes in that place, or the stockings go over the fireplace, or you always hang a particular ornament in a particular place. On my tree, I've got a bauble with our first Christmas written on it in glitter, and I like to hang that near the front of the tree, but near the bottom because it's a big bauble. So, and I talked about the other day, what do you put on top of your Christmas tree? I used to put, I've got a St. Nicholas, because my birthday is the 6th of December, that is St. Nicholas Day. And I actually found a St. Nicholas, so I put that on the top of my tree. And I never decorate until after my birthday. Christmas is not allowed. Nothing Christmassy until then. So appreciate I'm doing Vlogmas. So I put a St. Nicholas on top of my tree. But then one year, I got a fibre optic Christmas tree, and that was all very nice, but then as it's lit up all the time, you couldn't see then what was on the top of the tree. So I found an angel that, or a fairy, I'm not sure, I think it's an angel, and that was fibre optic as well. So that went on top of the tree, so it kind of matched in with the tree rather than the tree all lit up and with the fibre optics and not the top of the tree. But a few years ago, quite a few years ago, the battery stopped working. It's a very special type of battery. It's not a normal battery, and I can't find one. We've looked all over the place. We've looked online and we can't find it. So I just put the fairy or the angel on top of the tree, and it just doesn't light up, or its wings lit up. It was very pretty. The only other thing that I have seen before, and if I hadn't got the fibre optic tree with the fibre optic angel, then I would have got this. And you may have seen them. It is an actual fairy that's on top of the tree, and it's got a pole that you put behind the tree, and it kind of hangs around that. And then every now and then, every few minutes or so, it goes down, but it looks like it's just coming down the tree, and then it sits there for a while, and then a bit later it goes back up the tree again. I thought that was really fantastic. So that's it. And what about lights? Do you have lights on your tree? And what do you prefer? Do you prefer white lights? Do you prefer lights that flash? that go on and off and sparkle, or just lights that are left on the tree and they don't do anything, they're just on or off? Do you like multicoloured lights? I had the first tree I bought myself, I got red, they're like red candles with red lights on the top, so they look like they're lit up in red, because I had a Victorian house and I wanted it to look like an old-fashioned tree, a Victorian tree. So I got these Christmas lights that were red, like candles. They were about that tall, and then they had a red light on the top, each one. And I had those, but I do prefer coloured lights, all changing, not too flashing on and off too much, but just changing. But obviously my ultimate tree was fibre optic. I love my fibre optics. Don't know if you can see there. Here I've got a mini fibre optic thing. These were around in the 80s, I think, early 80s. I do like fibre optics. I like coloured lights. So that was that. So let's have a quick interlude. So there's a little Christmas interlude to get you into the spirit of Christmas. And something that I want to share with you is obviously Dee also, Dee for Dawn, or Avgi is my name in Cypriot, so say. But Dee is also, of course, for donkey, and that's obviously in the Bible story, in the Nativity, how we know about the donkey. Well, I had a real donkey when I came to live in this house. In the field next door, which is now National Wildlife Park area, in there was a donkey. But part of our property was a paddock for the donkey. And you would have seen how I've renovated that and what we've built it, made it into. But it was a little, just an outside area. There was a wall about this high all round that it could go in, but it didn't have a roof or anything. And I asked, what was this about? And what it was a rescued donkey. So the man who owned the house I've now got, he gave it the paddock, it could go in. But then he would let it in the middle bit, which used to be owned, but as I say, it's National Wildlife Area now, it can never be sold, another story. And they used to leave it in there to graze. And then the house where no one now lives, and it'll never be a property again, but there was another house after that, and he used to feed and water it. So between the three properties, it was looked after. And when we bought the house, they said, do you want to keep it? So I'm assuming the man here was the one who actually got the donkey. Do you want to keep it? And I was like, I would love to have it, but apart from not knowing anything about donkeys, you can find out. The thing is, when you're in Cyprus, you're in a new country, you don't know anything about. If this donkey dies, what is the cost of doing something with this donkey? So I was like, well, I'd love it, but I don't want the responsibility of vet bills. I certainly couldn't afford vet bills to pay for it. So they said, well, if you don't want it, no one else wanted to keep it or be responsible for it overall, as in vet bills. So they said, call the donkey sanctuary, which used to be a little bit further up the mountain from us. It's not there now, but call them and see if they will have it. And yes, they had it. So I still know where the donkey is. And I thought, as it's letter D today, perhaps you would like to see a little bit of footage of the donkey. So let's find some nice little Christmas music and I'll share that with you. So that was a little clip of the donkey there. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Those of you who are sharing this Vlogmas series from December the 1st to December the 31st, thank you so much. Until next time, see you tomorrow, if I remember. Until then, as always, Meraki.